Hello everyone, my name is Farina, and today we are going to be talking about fracking wastewater disposal. Fracking operations, as you probably know, involve removing natural gas from the ground via high pressure water. This kind of new technology has really expanded over Pennsylvania recently. I have a personal connection to this area because I did research in it with Dr. Kumar of the Chemical Engineering Department 2 summers ago. So, to begin, we need to talk about why the wastewater from fracking is dangerous. Basically, the companies that frack, the water they put into the ground has lots of things to change its chemistry, whether it is its viscosity or its salt content or whatever to help the fracking process. So these dangerous chemicals they put into the water can include high salinity, so high salt content, high total dissolved solids, so things like benzenes, anything from small to large molecules, long hydrocarbons like you would find in natural gas, radioactive materials such as arsenic, and then heavy metals such as lead. As you can tell, all these things are very dangerous. You do not want them in your body or in the ecosystem. So there are several solutions to help treat the wastewater currently being used right now. The first and most common is deep well injection. So this basically involves pumping the contaminated water deep underground into pockets, and the hope is that it will never come out of those pockets and never harm the ecosystem. Another option is surface evaporation. So this involves putting the wastewater in these large pools to evaporate to a lower volume so that you can then inject them underground or dispose them another way. Another option is reuse, but this is difficult because the chemistry of this water is very changed and it's hard to reuse in the same process. There's also wellhead treatment, where there's a treatment center on site for the fracking operation. And then there's centralized treatment, which is my favorite solution, which we're going to be discussing more in this video. So centralized treatment of wastewater, I think is the best option because it has the most versatility for treating the wastewater from fracking. Basically, the idea is there's one centralized site for a large area, maybe 40 or 50 miles, and then all the fracking sites in that area will have pipelines connecting it to the treatment center and then back. So the wastewater will be treated, and then the clean water will be sent back to the site. So this is a closed loop, meaning that the water will never reach the ecosystem, although it's better than plain reuse because the water will be much cleaner than just trying to reuse the exact same water. So here's some more details about centralized treatment. Basically, the treatment center will be able to identify which fracking site the water is coming from. This is helpful because they'll eventually be able to know how to treat each site individually, since each fracking operation will have different chemistry involved with it. Additionally, the center will be able to treat the water in many different ways. It will be able to remove solids, and will be able to separate the phases that are in the water. So there is some natural gas in there. I'll be able to we have to extract that out of there. I'll also be able to extract things like gels and oils from the water, which will be helpful. It will also be able to remove salts and metals via reverse osmosis. This is helpful because as we said before, there's very high salt content in this, and there are dangerous metals in this fracking operation. It will also be able to remove bacteria. This is important so there's no bacteria buildup in the pipelines and in the wells and such things. And then once the water is treated, as I said, it will be sent back to its original site. So the water is never released to the ecosystem, although it is clean enough to be used effectively. Then, as I said before, the treatment center will keep a log of every fracking operation so it knows how to best treat each site in the future. So finally, in conclusion, there are many benefits to this. As I've mentioned several times, the water will never be released to the ecosystem, so you don't have to worry about the spillages or even deep water injection. That water might seep out eventually, or surface pools animals could easily come and drink out of that. Also, there is a kind of scale-up issue. So these sites can handle a lot of volume and a lot of sites at once, which is good scale-up. However, it would be very expensive because either the government or individual companies would have to take the initiative to build these sites, which would be expensive and time-consuming. That partially has to do with the cost, this is a much more expensive cost than deep well injection, which you can see from the graph down here. Deep well injection is the most common use right now, although as I said, that could seep out eventually over time, although that'd probably not be within our generation, so maybe the companies aren't so concerned about it. So overall, the disposal of wastewater from fracking operations is very important because there are a lot of dangerous compounds in there, and I think centralized treatment of these is the best way to do it. If you guys would like to research this topic a little bit more, please check out some of these sources that I have included, and thank you and have a nice day.